Okay, we are Tanisha and Jay, and in this video, we are going to talk about our experience doing the ATM Cave tour in Belize. An ATM, I'm going to get this wrong, is the Actun Tunichil Muknal Cave, which I believe stands for Cave of the Crystal Maiden. We did this tour with CaveBelize Myland Tours, okay?
How we decided to do this tour is that our driver that picked us up in the airport mentioned that his brother has a touring company. And we decided to dive into it to see what he has.
So yes, I heard that if you're going to Belize, the jungle side, that this is one of those must-do activities. Like,
yeah, I have no clue, but it was in your research, right?
It was in my research a little bit. I wrote it down as a point of interest,
Oh,
but I did not dive deep into research. But I'm so happy I did not do the research, because had I done the research, I might have been deterred not to do it. Yeah. Let's talk about why. So the ATM Cave, we already gave you what the name is. What it is it's an ancient Mayan, not a ruin, an ancient Mayan cave where they would do ceremonies. Like
offering ceremonies and sacrifices.
And they discovered this probably like in the early 1980s is when they discovered
the cave,
the things inside of the cave. They knew the cave was there, but a lot of the people who were inhabiting the land, they weren't going in the cave because they knew caves were sacred. Also, a Mayan belief is that the cave is the entrance to the underworld. So the early inhabitants, after the Mayan civilization came to an end, the people who inhabited that land afterwards, though they saw the cave, they weren't trying to go all up and through the cave. It took this, I think he was a British explorer who came through, loves caves, loves going through caves, saw the cave, and was like, we're going to start going through and mapping out this cave. When they started doing that, they discovered human bones, pottery, all of this evidence that said, not that people lived in a cave. They didn't find evidence that people actually lived in a cave, but just the evidence that people actually went into the cave, again, to perform these ceremonies.
Yeah, they figure out like the 900 BC era, so we're going back, maybe even longer than that.
Yeah.
I could just record 900, but I think it went even lower than that.
So going through this cave, what you will experience and ultimately witness
different parts.
But I'm just saying that we actually go through the cave and you will actually see the bones of some of the people who were sacrificed in the cave. And unfortunately or fortunately, we're not allowed to record. You're not allowed to have cameras. You're not allowed to have phones. You're not allowed to do anything. So there's no evidence. We don't have any physical showing of what we did.
Because before you was able to bring cameras there, but they had 3 major accidents there.
And so therefore, no more cameras, which I think is a good thing. I think it's a good thing, because even if it wasn't the incidents of possibly damaging artifacts, man, you could hurt yourself. You can hurt yourself trying to hold your phone, trying to do the most. People do the most.
And don't try to sneak anything in, because they can lose their license.
Not even like a
pen.
They have stories of people trying to do like your Meta AI glasses. They've seen it all, so they know how to spot it all. How much does this talk cost?
A little under $300 for 2 people.
Yes. So the tour cost us $140 a person, which is on. Let me just say this. I found in my research, Belize is high. All the tours were pretty much high. But because I kind of knew around what different companies were charging, I knew how to spot if a deal was good or not. And I say this because we did stay at the Cayena Resort and Spa. They was also offering this tour, which they outsource, meaning they don't do the tour themselves. They outsource it to companies like CaveBelize Myland Tour, But guess how much the hotel would charge us had we booked the tour through them?
Like $300 each.
It
Right?
was like $295 a person. Because what they do, it would have been just he and I, 2 people. They would have booked it for 2 people. And 2 people was going to be $295 a person. Had you have 4 people, it would have been something like $245 a person. But the way they do it is like this. Let's say like if me and him want to go, and let's say like if 2 other guests in the same hotel wants to go, they won't pair us up as a group of 4. They would keep us as 2 and 2 and send us in
Separate.
2 private separate things, charging us the bigger amount. So therefore, when he said $145, I kind of knew. I was like, you know what? That's good. And we were still getting a sort of private experience. Because on our tour, there was only 5 of us. They only do up to 6.
That's for all tour people. They can't pass. They could bring a group, but they have to separate it by 6.
Yes. So even if you went with a bigger group, what they'll do is, like, let's say like if it's the group of 20 or 25, they'll divide you up into groups of 6, but really you're all going together. You just have like a tour guide per 6 people.
Yes.
So it could still be a longer, bigger
And I know why they
line to go through.
I know why they do that.
Why? Oh, I do too now that we did it.
Yeah, it's like they have to pay attention to their group and make sure they don't damage anything.
Yeah. Damage anything or anybody. Because it's a lot, okay? It's a lot. So I super appreciated our tour group, the tour company that we went with. Because like I said, it was only 5 of us. It was a very exclusive, comfortable experience. Their gear was top notch. Our tour guide even talked about how some of the other tour guides, like the competing companies, will make fun of them because they have such top notch equipment. Even something as simple as a laser pointer. Remember the green laser pointer he used?
Pointers, yeah. And that helps out because, you know, you're seeing things up high and pointing it's going to take a little longer to figure out what you're
pointing at. Yeah. We were picked up. This was another great point. Our tour left at 7 in the morning.
Right down the street.
It was next door from the first hotel we were staying at, right? But because we knew we were moving hotels that day, we were able to arrange for them. Well, they actually offered to bring our luggage to our new hotel while we were on the tour. That saved us time and that saved us money because we didn't have to come back, store our bags, and then pay to get to our new hotel. So it was just very nice of them to bring our stuff, drop it off. They actually sent us a picture on WhatsApp showing that they dropped our luggage off.
Jay had to be humble about that because, you know, Jay was skeptical.
He don't trust nobody. He don't trust nobody. But I'm like, sounds like a good deal to me. But they also offered to keep our luggage with them at the office.
At the office.
And I was like, oh no, it would be cool if you can drop it off. And then that way, at the end of the tour, they dropped us off at our new hotel. So I say this also to say that they do hotel to hotel pickup. You don't have to go and meet them at their location.
No, they'll come pick you up.
So they picked us up at 7. Do you remember about how long the drive was?
It was like an hour and a half, 2 hours. You were sleeping.
Was I?
Yeah, you were sleeping.
Oh.
Yeah, an hour.
So it's an hour.
Yeah, it was an hour drive. But before we did that hour, we had to go pick up a party of 3.
Of 3. They were picked up at their hotel, but that wasn't far.
Yeah, that wasn't far. That was close by.
Yep. And then, while driving to the cave, he also stopped and picked up our lunch.
Yes, he picked up our lunch.
Mm-hmm.
So he picked up our lunch.
Now, what I do remember is there comes a point on the drive where you turn off of the main road, which is the main paved road, onto an unpaved road.
Yeah.
It was very bumpy.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. You had to slow down a little something. but it was good.
And it was like, it was like 7 miles.
Yeah, so it was a lot of
7 mile stretch.
It was a lot of, it was a lot of farmland. So it was like a 7-mile off-road route.
And I would say if you are motion sensitive to motion sickness, you may want to consider taking half of a Dramamine or something. Nothing to make you drowsy. Please, nothing to make you drowsy.
Ooh, yes.
But maybe just be aware of that. I know I have some motion sensitivity, and I started feeling just a little, so queasy. So I had to just really make sure that I couldn't look down at my phone, couldn't read, either go to sleep, either take a nap, or watch the road. The way they situated is they got all of our information the day before the tour. Like our names, like all the stuff that they need.
All our waivers.
All of our
that
waivers.
I was concerned about. I was like, man, where are you taking me at? It was like, I never like had so much waivers and like so much things that they waving out, like a lot of stuff. I'm like, man, this got to be like intense.
And they asked our blood type.
And then they asked our blood type.
What they need our blood type for?
Yeah, they want your passport information. Then they was asking for the blood type.
After the tour, I could see why. But before the tour, because like I said, we did no research. We didn't know. But also the fact is that they got all of our stuff the night before so that they can send it off to the office ahead of time. That way, when we got there, everything was ready to go. And that helped them save lives. And they said the reason why is because, let's say we got there like about 8. If we got there like about 9, remember all the tour groups start coming through.
Oh, yeah.
The large tour groups.
Yeah, and then there'll be like a line just to get in there.
Yep. So we were able to like beat the crowd because of their pre-planning and forethought of getting everything situated ahead of time so that they didn't have to do it when we got there.
So when we got there, it was on this parking lot, right? Mm-hmm. And this parking lot has benches, has seats, and also has restrooms.
Okay, so right now I'm gonna go to this bathroom real quick, but we gotta leave everything behind.
And I'm gonna say nice, modern, clean restrooms. And I say that because sometimes when you're traveling,
the jungle.
Sometimes there could be a restroom, but is there toilet paper? Is it clean? These were nice and clean. There was toilet tissue. It was nice. It was all good. And they have an area also for you to change your clothes.
Yeah, and talking about clothes, the gear that you're supposed to be having, they...
what you should wear. Let's talk about what you should wear going on this tour.
Yeah, you have a couple of options, though. You can have, because you're going to be in water, you're going to be hiking, you're going to be climbing, you're going to be jumping off little cliffs into the water. So, what I was wearing was swimming shorts and a t-shirt and some water shoes.
Thick water shoes.
Yeah, pretty thick water shoes. And I can't.
Can you go show them? Let's grab our shoes real quick. Because you should wear closed-toed shoes. He got these from Walmart.
I got these from Walmart.
I picked them out, and I'm glad I did.
But yeah, these are good.
They're nice and thick and sturdy. They're not the flimsy water shoe, even though we've seen people wearing the more flimsy water shoes, which I think you could get away with. But
this ain't sponsored for Walmart or nothing, but yeah. But it was good, man.
Yeah, I feel like these were
good. Yeah, perfect.
And then I wore my Keens.
They look perfect. Yeah, I don't know. I think he was the problem.
You think I was the problem?
Yeah. She's like, yeah, it's worn out a little bit.
No. My other ones I said were worn out. That's why I bought these ones. Okay. Anyways, and they're waterproof, and these were good too. And most of the tour guides had these on. Had Keens.
Yeah.
All right.
They advise you to wear socks with these, and because at one point you're gonna be pretty much taking your shoes off and leaving them behind somewhere, and traveling a little far distance without your shoes in a cave.
It's gonna get wet anyways. I know some people feel pretty uncomfortable
Wet socks.
with wet socks.
But
remember, when we take off our shoes, we're coming out of the water, so you're gonna be dripping wet anyways.
Okay.
So it's gonna get wet.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. I just wanted to know if you needed it dry or
what type of water shoes do you have?
I have these.
Okay, perfect. So my recommendation is to always wear it from the very beginning once we leave the parking lot.
Yes.
Because we have 3 river crossings.
All right, no problem.
And 2 of the 3 river crossings is really, really sandy. And if you're not wearing the socks, the sand tends to jump between your shoes and your feet, and
So
it
put
creates
your
a
socks
blister.
on.
Okay, cool.
So the socks does help keeping that from happening.
Okay.
All right.
So basically, what we're wearing right now is like our shoes that we're gonna wear in the water. But we was asking about should we wear our socks now or put them on later. So he was basically saying it's just more comfortable and better just to have your socks on now. Right now
I
I'm
think you could have just wear
wearing like
these. You see
running
how he's wearing
pants.
shorts?
I feel long pants are better.
Yeah, I do have. I'm looking at some scars and stuff like that, and like I guess like um water pants, kind of any material that dries very quick,
Yeah.
and it doesn't like drag you either. It doesn't, it's something lightweight.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say the reason why for me, and like he said he got scars on his legs. I have some bruises on mine too. Here's the thing: you're walking through water, and you're walking through water at all different levels.
Yeah,
right.
You like it could be down to your toe, like to your ankles, all the way to your chest.
Yes. and then the thing about it is you don't know what's in the water, and the guides do a great job telling you where to watch out.
There's a lot of rocks
that can hit your shins and hit your legs. And I feel like even when they told us to watch out and I was watching out, my legs still would rub against things that could bruise or cut your legs. So therefore, I felt like the longer your pants were, it just gave you another layer of protection.
Yeah. But I noticed that everybody was wearing shorts.
Everybody had on shorts.
Yeah, even our guide had shorts.
Yes. But my tour guide, remember when I was like saying about what to wear, he was telling me to wear long pants. And so I would say, as far as the top goes, they do say like you can wear like a bathing suit as your undergarments of your clothes, but you can't just go in big bathing suits like women, like a bathing suit, because it is like a sacred
or one piece,
It's a sacred land, right? But you can wear it underneath your clothes. But I had a swimsuit top that was like a t-shirt, so I wore that.
Yeah, that was good.
It was good, but what I would rather have had would have been one of those rash guard shirts, like a long sleeve t-shirt. The same reason, because again, your arms.
It's been 2 months since I've been back, and I'm still suffering from bursitis on my elbow.
Because your arms, I mean, you're using your whole body to climb.
At some point, yes. At some point, you
knees.
You look like you're exploring that cave for the first time.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's physical. Like you have to climb and you have to get in there. Like there's some points where you have to be at 5 points of contact. Both hands, both feet in your butt.
All right. So that was in the parking lot section.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So now we're walking in.
But also they gave us a life vest.
Oh, they gave us a life vest, a helmet with a light.
With a light.
Yes.
Because if you're in Virginia, and if you've ever been to any of the caverns in Virginia, like Luray Caverns, they actually put lights throughout the caverns. This ain't that.
No, you shut off your lights in that cave. It's pitch black.
Black. This ain't that. OMG. So, getting to the cave is about a mile walk through the jungle.
Yeah.
But it's a path.
And the first obstacle course, as soon as we left that, maybe we walked like 100 meters, and we had to dive into the lake or
not
the
dive.
river. No, not dive in, but jump into the.
Not jump, walk in.
Yeah, walk in.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying, people be literal.
This is where you first start the trail, and I'm going to show you the first.
Yeah, so like, I mean, we have a rainforest where we are, but it's nothing like it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's insane, hey? It is insane.
Okay.
Oh, do it.
Yeah.
Vancouver Island is one of the hot spots.
Okay.
No, we're walking in, and that water was like probably up to your
Your
weight,
stomach,
yeah,
the
your
waist,
stomach.
all depends the size.
Yeah, how tall you are. But that water was cold,
Yes.
so it was
But
like
we got used to it pretty
you get
fast.
used to it after the first 3 times. Like, I don't feel like the first 3 times because you're gonna cross 3 rivers before you get to the cave.
3 rivers, you going through
I feel like
paths,
coming
through
back,
trees.
you're used to it because now you're hot. You're hot and bothered, and it's hot out, and you know you had all that physical fitness going on.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, that water's cold, and even walking through it, that first
Yeah, 'cause
river,
you be like-
I was cold the whole time.
You're like, oh, yeah. It gives
Yeah.
you, yeah.
And it's not
Chills.
cold to the point where it's like freezing. It's just the fact that, you know.
You're hot and you're going into the river. It's a river.
Yeah. And they have a rope that you can hold on to help you cross because the river has a very rocky bottom. So you do
Yes.
have to watch your
You
step.
can lose your balance and hit your knee on something. You know,
Yeah,
so-
you do have to watch your step. So we crossed 3 rivers. Then we get to the cave part. This part, they have each group go down one at a time. This is where it could be backed up. You know, if you're waiting for, like, if you get there and there's a whole bunch of other groups. And
To
then
walk
he
inside,
also
right?
said, because we got there pretty early, the water was very clear. We could see down to the bottom. But he said, as there becomes more and more people, the water becomes very murky
they're
because
just shaking all the debris up.
yeah, and then it'll be hard to see, which will need you to listen to your guide even more to tell you where to watch out for, where to step, where not to step, all of that. But yeah, so we get to the cave. When we first got to the cave, baby, we had to swim.
Oh, we had to swim into the cave.
Like, meaning you
We
can
had a
stand
doggy
up if
paddle.
you want, but there is no floor. Like, the water is deep. So we had to,
Doggy paddle.
and I'm sitting there like, Ninja,
Yeah, because we already went through some obstacles.
yeah, was you out of breath doggy paddling? How'd you feel? You was good?
Well, no, I was just like, man, we got a doggy paddle to get us out of the cave. I was like, okay. I was just excited.
I was good too, but I felt like I was moving slow. I felt like my little
You was in
dog,
front of me.
but I felt like I was going slow,
Oh, okay.
is what I'm saying.
You
I
just
felt
being
like,
careful. You just being, careful because you could be swimming. There could be a big rock,
yeah.
But
yeah.
there wasn't. It was pretty clear.
But it was like in and out.
So we got blessed by fresh water.
So you doggy paddle, and then you get up into the cave. You climb up, and then you're walking through. Now you're just all wet, and we did bring a bottle of water with us. Our life vest luckily had a pouch that was able to hold our water because clearly there's no trying to hold something in your hand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. I'm remembering.
No, we left our water bottles.
So those first rivers, we had our water bottle and we was able to hold it in our vest. But before we got to the cave, we had to actually leave our water bottles, like on a log. Me and Jay put our water bottles together. Like, you're just gonna see all kind of people leaving water bottles.
Yeah.
And there's another bathroom break right there. There's another place for you to go to the bathroom. For the women, there's like a little outhouse situation. For the men, they tell them to go shake the bushes. So yeah, so you have that opportunity. I'm gonna tell you, this is all an exercise in trust, right? Because even us leaving our water bottles there, like just there, like but they do tell you to try to stay hydrated. So I would recommend hydrate yourself before, like the day before, the night before.
Because you have 2 stops to the restroom right before the cave.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, to be hydrated means you get hydrated before you even do a thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't just get hydrated by trying to drink your water in one
Yeah,
fell
because you
swoop.
walking, right? Because you walking.
Yeah, and then at that point, it's like just kind of take little sips of water and just try to stay hydrated. So now we're in the cave.
At this point, they're talking about like the insects and the animal, like the creatures that live in the caves. They are like actually different because most of them don't see sunlight. So
They've never seen sunlight. So there's catfish.
yeah, and you'll see it like a catfish with no eyes.
They have no eyes. Like,
Yeah.
they don't even grow eyes. They just what did he call them? blind catfish. I don't even remember, but they catfish with
I
no
never knew it was
eyes.
even a such thing of catfish with no eyes.
Yeah, they had translucent crickets. Were they crickets?
Yes.
But
Spiders.
and these crickets though have like super long antennas because again they don't see and they don't develop pigment. Yeah. Oh, these huge crazy spiders.
Like
They
the
look.
body's like this, but then the legs are like that.
They look like tarantulas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I seen these things, especially the spiders, then it made me even more. It made me go even slower because now before I touch a rock, because then the spiders weren't even running. Like they would be on the rock and not even run. So now before I place my hand somewhere, I gotta make sure that we're not about to.
And remember, it was in the contract. It was in the thing. They're not responsible if you get stung or whatever, poisoned, snake, everything. Everything was in there. We didn't see a snake though.
No,
You would have saw a
I
snake.
did
She
not
would have
see a
flipped.
snake.
She would have flipped. She would have seen a snake floating through the water.
I did see like a lot of little fish, like those little mini,
Yes.
yeah. Meaning like we're going through the water and then fish, yeah, they were fishing.
Piranhas.
But I would say my first part of the cave that gave me pause was when we seen the rope. And we saw that we had to like climb up.
Actually, like body strength, upper body strength, climbing.
Yeah. That was the first part that I was like, what the hell? What the hellio?
Yeah.
And it came to a point where even climbing up on a rope, where he's like, okay, get here. Like, you have to be agile. You know what I mean? So it was like you had to be stretch. It was like we were stretching. Like some of those steps, they weren't just like
Yeah,
dun,
it wasn't-
dun, dun. It was
yeah,
like
it
you had to
wasn't.
reach, like you
Yeah,
had to
yeah.
lift and hoist
Mhm.
and hope that the rock supported you and hope that your foot didn't slip. I felt like my feet were slipping.
Yeah, 'cause remember you wet.
You're wet. And the rocks are wet. I felt like my feet were slipping. I didn't trust my step a lot of the times. It was very scary for me. It was very scary.
But you did a good job, baby.
Huh. And so,
You're here to tell them the story.
yeah, and then, I mean, there were parts where, like, you're climbing up using my knee to get up. Hence, my knees are bruised right now because the rocks are digging into your knees. You know, but yeah, it was. So now we're in the cave. We get to the part where he's starting to show us artifacts. Like they show pots, and then they show that you can see the desperation of the Mayan people because they were living through a drought that subsequently lasted 30 to 40 years, which killed them off. But because they're living through a drought, they're going through this cave in desperation, trying to pray to the gods of the underworld, trying to pray to the rain gods, doing all of these rituals and performances and stuff, all for rain. To the point where at first they were sacrificing like animals and little things like that. At first they were just doing stuff like incense, you know, just offering the sweet aroma to the gods, things like that. Then it was animals and that sort of thing. Then they started doing human sacrifices. So it's like the cave tells a story of this desperation of these people. And that's why we had to take our shoes off at a point, right? Why did we have to take our shoes off?
Like we go into like an area that they pretty much did their offerings or sacrificing offerings stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like a holy area, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, and one of the things is they didn't want people to accidentally step on something with your shoe, like a pot. Like they, even though they would have like the path lined off.
And also they saying that they didn't want to destroy the flooring. Remember?
Because it could still be different artifacts,
and
different things buried.
Yes.
And you know your shoes, the hard soles of your shoes could start eroding.
Some people will probably wear cleats or whatever.
Yeah. And so therefore we in our socks, y'all.
Yeah. So we leave our
shoes behind. Just like we
behind.
left our water bottles.
And the path doesn't get easier because you don't have shoes on.
We're still climbing.
We still climbing. We're still going down, climbing, lifting up,
and then
stretching our feet.
There's one part that they call uchi ouchi because it's like you're walking
Yeah,
on like
rocks.
stones and rocks and
Yes.
stuff.
Oh,
I did not read any of this.
yeah, that was like when I put back my shoes, it was like God. Like it was like,
Yeah.
oh, I could walk on anything.
So we see all of the human remains. We see the different sacrifices, the different bones and the stories the bones told because of how they were found.
and the stories why they're not allowing cameras to come in.
We saw the
equipment.
damages from somebody's lens fell off their camera, fell on a skull, knocked a hole in the skull, knocked 2 teeth out the skull, things like that. Exclusive. Michaela went to the ATM Cave as well.
Yeah.
Girl, talk to us.
Okay, so when I was there, a girl had her big digital camera holding it over the skull, taking pictures, and she dropped it on the skull, cracked the skull right there
What?
in real time. So
That was one of them.
I wish her the best because
Girl, so you're the reason why we can't bring cameras anymore.
What?
Yes. Cameras, and they tell us that story.
Really?
They say
I was
because
there.
somebody was taking a picture
Yes.
and dropped their
I will
camera.
never forget that.
So cameras, phones, nothing are allowed in this
Wow.
cave anymore.
Yep.
The third time they was like, okay, no more.
They
First they were
they
gonna
stepped on a bone.
trying to take a picture, trying to get that shot. They step, boom, crush a bone, And so at first they were going to just shut the caves off to the public, period, and only let it be for research. But then the other solution was just make it so that we can't bring things into the cave. And if you do, it's a heavy fine and heavy punishment for the tour guides for not even making it clear that how serious it was for you to do that.
Up to losing their license.
Yeah. So, y'all, like I said, this thing was a workout. It was a workout. So I really do feel like you have to be agile. You have to be able to move, bend, lift,
So
shift. Because there were points where you had to crawl. Oh my God, we didn't even talk about that.
yeah, there was
If you're
parts that
claustrophobic.
yeah, we had to crawl. Yeah, crawl
And
just to get to a certain part.
and there were parts where it was like very like little, and you had to like squeeze your head through.
And that part right there was you in water doing that. Squeezing like the water's like up to here because you have to go a little down and you got to put your shoulders and you got to go through that little crack. So
where it was like the crack was big enough for like this part of the crack could fit your neck through, and if you go above, then your head can fit through, but your head can't fit through. It was weird.
Now if
It was
you're too
crazy.
big for it, you would have to actually go under, right?
Yeah, you have to just
Go under.
But they talk through all of this with you.
So you're doing this
Like-
with all your equipment too. Your vest, your helmet. Yeah, it's
It's a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Like Jay did not know we were signing up for that today. I didn't know either.
But yeah. So,
Then coming back.
so coming back, you're
You're coming back
are
the
tired.
same path.
We are tired.
You're tired.
Your
'Cause this
muscles,
was
we didn't exercise for this. I believe that, what I'm saying, like my legs was already, my muscles was already, because you're using your muscles. You're using muscles that you don't normally use day by day. So I was feeling it.
I was feeling like muscle failure. Like my legs were like jello. Yeah. So he thinks this is what contributed to what happened next to me. So what happened next was I'm behind the tour guide because we all were like in different orders at various points, and this was like about maybe 3 hours of going through the cave.
Mm-hmm.
It was
and
like,
I'm behind her.
he's behind me and I'm behind the tour guide, and he's telling me, because he does tell you for everything, he'll be like left foot, right foot, like he'll show you how to climb, how to do a certain,
Because you can't really see it if it's your first time there. You're like, because
Yeah.
there's certain things we can't touch either.
yeah, because there's the stones, what is it, like the stallites and stagmites and statites.
Yeah. If you've been in a cave, you know what it is.
Yeah.
Those things we couldn't touch either. So there was like a limited. Now you have limited stuff to like touch and climb
like
and
right
do that.
here,
Yeah,
and it'll be like, don't touch over there, come over here. But your natural urge might be to be like, you know, but you can't. I think coming back, I think I was touching everything. Because I even said to him, I'm sorry. He was like, it's okay.
Wow.
But I was like, oh, damn, I touched what I wasn't supposed to touch. Like, I'm tired. I'm trying to survive. So listen, guys. So there came a point where he says, okay, come to the edge of this cliff. Sit on the edge of the cliff. And then he pointed down. He showed where the next landing was. So you kind of had to, like, come to the edge and then kind of, like, not jump, but like kind of jump down to the next cliff. Meaning I can't sit on the edge and my feet wasn't touching the next cliff. He's taller. If you're taller, it might be a shorter of a distance. But for me, it was probably like about this much of a distance, a gap between me sitting, or maybe a little more. I don't even know. It could have been something like this. From me sitting to where my feet, where I had to like come off the edge and land on the next cliff. And there's only room for one person.
Yeah, but not for nothing. Like I'm picturing the tour guy, right? And where you at. Like, so this is like the tour guy, and this is where she's at. Probably another human being, probably like a little higher than a human being up there. So looking down.
I remember looking.
There was like one, two. There was like 3 levels to get down. And then they had a gap.
And because remember, guys, it's wet. Our feet are still wet. The rocks are still wet. Yeah, and I'm like...
We just finished putting back our shoes. So we just came out
and
from
And it was a narrow space. So it wasn't like jump down and this whole big platform. No, it was like a little window of a platform. So you had to be like
close to the rocks and go down. So you're putting all your body weight on one side and trying to not scrape your hands on the other side of the wall.
Guys, so when I finally sat there and I was like, okay, and I finally jumped down, when my foot hit the ledge that I was supposed to land on, it slipped. It slipped like this.
Yeah, this is how she fell down. Like this.
So this is me jumping down, and when my foot hit, this is my foot. It hit. It said boom, and now I'm like this.
And I'm behind her like.
And I'm falling through air. Because it wasn't me just slipping and falling on that ledge. No, remember that ledge was just a small little thing. There was going to be another hop down and like another series of hop downs. I didn't do any of those series because I fell all the way down to the bottom. Back first.
Into like
and because I'm falling backwards, I don't even know how far I'm falling. Because like he said, it's a crevice. Yeah. I fell between the crevice.
And remember we said you go to climbing to water, to climbing to water. So now we climbing to water.
And we're going back down. Because at first we did this going up. We're climbing up.
So we were going from water to climbing up dry. But now we like, still not dry. Our shoes are still wet. Coming down to water. Because the thing is,
other people came up first.
The thing is, that's a one-way. That's a two-way. No, it's a two-way. People coming up, people coming down. So if people coming down, people are waiting. Then people are coming up, people are waiting on top.
Yeah, but you can't go down and up at the same time.
No, you can't. So
you gotta wait.
So everything is wet.
Yeah, because people who are coming down from water they're wet. So the rocks are wet. And so like the fact that I slipped, it fell all the way like this, and I don't know where I'm going.
And I can't stress the point because you don't know what's on that floor.
Remember, we said that there were rocks, there were stalagmites, stalactites, things jutting, all kind of stuff. Child, bless. All I know is I hit the ground, bam, and I did not hit anything. I landed flat on my back. I did not even have the air knocked out of me. You know what I mean? Like I fell harder snowboarding. So that was a blessing because I felt it had to be at least a good 5 feet It could have been more. We don't have cameras, but it felt like it was at least maybe 5 feet that I fell.
I don't know, because the thing is, it's like if I'm standing, I can't reach the
You're
top
right.
of the thing. That
You're
thing
right.
is far.
And you're taller than 5 feet.
Man, we talking about maybe 10 feet probably.
I don't know if it was 10 feet. Because that just seemed crazy to me.
but
it was you're right.
because you didn't fall right on the tip.
And when
Like,
I stood, it wasn't like my head was where
and when you slipped that, he still was lower than that.
That's what I'm saying. So
Because he would have been able to, like,
or even when
break
I
it forward.
stood up, I would have been like, you stand up and like, oh, here's the ledge. No, the ledge was still up there.
Way up there.
Oh my gosh. When I hit the bottom, in my mind, I was like, okay, just lay here and collect yourself. Booze. I could not lay there and collect myself because I realized I was underwater. It was probably maybe a foot of water, enough to cover my face. So it wasn't enough to
Well,
it wasn't enough water to like break my fall. Like
no,
it wasn't that deep.
Probably like a foot.
Yeah,
a foot and a half maybe.
I know it was, my face was underwater. I remember thinking my eyelashes.
Yeah, so like, yeah.
So I had to hurry up and sit up. My tour guide was there. And he was like, just wait a minute, collect yourself. Because I was ready to stand up. But I did not feel, like I said, when I hit the ground, thank goodness for that life vest. Again, great equipment. They had great life vests. Like not cheap, flimsy life vests.
Oh, no, yeah, these things had good cushion.
So I felt like that cushioned me.
Yeah.
And I felt like that helmet, because my head hit the ground.
Mm-hmm.
That helmet was a great helmet because I did not feel anything. I did not feel, and you know, you can say adrenaline, but no, because then even afterwards, I didn't feel like, oh, my back is, you know what I mean?
To this time, right? Your back?
No.
It was just muscle party.
No, just my muscles in my legs.
For climbing and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't feel, my soreness was from the physicality of it all, not even from the fall. What I did feel from the fall, though, is as I was falling, again, remember I said long sleeves? I felt my arms scraping up against the rocks.
Yes.
Because, again, your natural inclination is to try to
hold yourself.
Yeah.
Or try to slow down yourself.
So I know he was like, you're bleeding. Like my elbow and stuff was bleeding. But I was like, it's fine.
Taking the water and wiping it off because it was looking crazy. Because we still
going. We still had like a while.
We still had a while just to get out the cave.
To get out the cave. We still had a while to go. But I felt fine. My arms were just scratched up and bruised. I think we even showed the bruise. Let's see how the bruise looks today. The one bruise I had. I think it's like clearing up. But, ooh. Oh, there we go.
Like a birthmark right now.
But, yeah. So I was just like, oh my gosh, I was almost a Mayan sacrifice. Because he asked us, do we trust him? I'm like, no. He was like, do we trust him? It was like, of course. You know, we have to trust you. Like, I'm not going to mess this up for the rest of the people just because I fell. So we trust him. And that's when he took us down another course.
Yeah.
Where we had to, like, go through some more water.
And there was, like, a cave slide. Miniature slide.
That one part, like, where, like, the rocks are like this much space in between the rocks.
We could have walked. We had to walk sideways.
Sideways, facing a certain direction. Like we had to face this way.
Yeah, so we looking at spiders. I didn't see none at that time. Oh, I didn't notice them. Or we probably going through catfishes and all types of fish. But I'm not paying attention.
But here's
to that.
the thing, though, for you, when you went through that, you was fine, right?
It was a little challenging just to slide down there myself.
No, not the slide. I'm talking about walking through the part where we had to turn sideways and go through.
Yeah, but I kept on. Natural instinct
kept on. Where was the water on you? Where was the water to
high.
you? To where?
Oh no!
No. The water was up to. Matter of fact, we had life vests. Right. We had life vests. I could not touch the ground.
Oh, in that part?
In that part.
Oh yeah.
So the life vest was holding me
mine
up.
was probably up to here then.
And I was using the cave to move myself through. I was pulling myself with the cave, with the walls of the cave. Yeah. I could not touch the ground.
That was a real narrow area with water up to. Yeah, you can't touch the ground.
Then we came to a part where, like he said, it was like a slide. It was like water was rushing through this tunnel, and he told us to like sit down and kind of like slide through.
Yeah, and then you
Man.
got rocks there, all types of different rocks waiting for you. Like
When I
it
did-
wasn't a nice flat surface.
When I did that, I thought I was done again because remember I slid through it. My body just kind of
And this is just after her
after
flying
the
off-
other fall.
Yeah, falling off the cliff.
And then there was another part where it was like you had to kind of climb through again. That's another part where I was just like, because somebody just pushed me and pulled me because I can't. I'm done. I'm done. My muscles are done. But afterwards, so we get out the cave. And like I said, this is probably a 3-hour ordeal.
The last one, we had an option if you want to jump into the water or climb into the water. I decided to jump in. You jumped too, right?
I jumped too. And the reason why
He was on.
I did not jump because I wanted to. The reason why I jumped is because I saw that if you climbed in, all those rocks were right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to run the risk of running into more rocks. Some rocks did not feel good. So I was over that. So I was like, I got to jump because it's the only way to get out of here. So I jumped, and then once again, you swimming, and you're getting over to the thing, and then you're going back through the jungle. You're going back through the 3 rivers, which now feels good because you're hot, you're tired.
Yeah, you got shoes on.
But
Yeah,
let me tell you,
it was a good
on
workout.
the tour, I didn't necessarily see too many heavy set people,
Nah.
right? I was probably amongst one of the thicker side. So there wasn't too many heavy set, like heavy
There was
set.
a couple of older people that some of those guys was being mean to them.
Yeah, they were. I was like, this is why God don't like ugly, because there were some older people, and you could see their tour guides were kind of like, come on.
Now there was some older people that was
doing it.
Yeah, that was looked like they do that for a living. I was like,
So,
that.
Age ain't nothing but a number.
You
It's
just
like,
gotta- you just
stay
gotta-
active.
Yeah, stay active.
Stay active.
Stretching. You don't have to go too deep, but just build those lean muscles, and that will help you a lot.
So I just say that it's definitely doable. I would say that do go at your pace. Do not feel bad about trying to keep up with the crowd or trying to, oh man, I gotta go faster because they're going faster. No, if you need to slow down, let them slow down too. F them. This is your life. This is your well-being.
All right, so now we're coming back, right? No.
Okay, we finished crossing the lakes.
Yeah, so now it's lunchtime.
So with lunchtime, you can do a few things. First, you can go and change into your dry clothes because, yes, bring a set of dry clothes.
Mm-hmm.
I saw some things say bring a towel, but I didn't. Oh, I know why you would bring a towel. I get it now. This is why you would bring a towel. You can bring dry clothes because they also have showers available. Yeah, so you can take a whole shower. So that's where you would need a towel. I didn't take a shower.
Yeah, towel, and I would have bought some soap too.
Yeah.
I would have smelled like the cleanest guy over there.
Well, I don't think all of that was necessary. I wouldn't say bring soap and everything.
No.
Because then you don't want to get all soapy, scummy in the shower. Yeah.
It's just a rinse off.
Just rinse off.
Yeah.
So, but what we did, what Jay and I did, is we just stayed in our wet clothes because we were drying out, and we ate that way.
But I didn't notice that you was able to hang up your clothes at the sunlight. That was kind of smart because
So,
our other people that was with us did that. And I was
they
like,
went and they showered off, and they hung out their clothes in the sun to dry. And they even had some lines,
so we
too.
was the stinky ones.
Well, no, I did it because the tour guy said it. The tour guy said, you can just keep your clothes on and kind of dry off and start eating. So I was like, it sounds good to me. I'm tired.
Yeah, we did what he did.
Yeah. So we ate.
Oh, that food was like, all right, like they're gonna feed you, right? So you're
Lunch
thinking
is
like
included.
you're thinking about paper plates, right? Plastic forks, a little picnic. Nah, man.
Yeah, real.
They came out with porcelain plates.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Here, so it's self-serve. Okay. Grab you a piece of chicken there.
Yo, look at
Barbecue sauce
this.
right here. And then we also have some flour tortillas, potato salad, and then we have water and soda from this spoon right here.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So,
Open the,
yeah,
And what's this here? Oh,
look at that,
plantains.
look at
Plantains.
that chicken. Wow.
So go ahead and help yourself.
Okay.
The sodas, if you want to open them, there's a bottle opener right there next to the dish.
This is like real home cooked food.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
A lot more than this.
Look at
They have
this.
pound cake with more advertisement.
And then tortillas.
Look at this chicken.
Oh, and look, baby, the Guatemala
Yeah.
blanket. We got some of these to keep our breads warm. All right. Oop.
That food was so freaking
And
good.
it tasted this party 10 times better because we left without eating breakfast.
We didn't have to eat breakfast. Yeah.
But I wasn't even like hungry.
Me
Like
either.
I wasn't hungry like that until it was time to eat.
Then I was famished.
Yeah.
I was ready for all the smoke.
I was-
145. What?
I'm
I
hungry
love
right
well,
now.
140.
I'm hungry right now.
He was also going to charge us 130 if we paid cash. It was going to be 130 if we paid cash.
Yeah.
Also, we want to let you know, if you want to go do this tour, any of the tours, any tour, you can go to Belize Mylan Tours. It's right beside the Burns restaurant, which is right beside Maya Bella Hotel. If you go there and you tell them that Tinesha and Jeremiah sent you, Fun and Budget Travels, which he explained to us, show the video, show something. He says he'll give you a good discount, okay? How are you going to know if it's a good discount? We told you what we paid, and we can get a discount. Work from there. Because he didn't give us a number or percentage. He just said he'll give you a good discount, a good rate, okay? So you know what we paid. You can show him our faces. You tell him our names, whatever you need to do, and get your money, get your discount.
What's his name?
His name is Francesco Rafael Valdez.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And our driver was
Carlos Valdez.
And I had a good experience with them. It's just, laughing, talking, and very professional and cool people to be around with.
Yep. So in summary, I would say I'm so happy we did this. I'm so happy I didn't read the reviews because I would have talked myself out of it.
Or you would have party booked with somebody else online.
Yeah.
Already paid for.
And the fact is, at the end of the day, they dropped us off at our new hotel.
With
Which
no
would have
issue,
been
with no problem,
yeah.
with no oh yeah, we could do this one for this amount.
Yep, no add-ons, no price gouging, no nickel and diamond. Just a really good experience with really good professional guides, really good seasoned guides with really good equipment. It was a good time, and I'm happy. I'm happy I took the adventure.
Yeah, he does a lot more tours too, so we couldn't do them all.
We couldn't do them all, but we would have if we could.
Yeah.
We did another tour with this group, but we'll tell you more about that in another video. Thank y'all so much for being here. Don't forget to thumbs up.
Don't forget to subscribe.
And talk to us down there in the comments.
If you have any questions about the tour or the area or whatever the case is, we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Yeah, because I'm sure we probably forgot something.
Yes. And we'll be there waiting.
Yep. So until the next video, y'all. Bye.
See you later.